Frank's got something, all right. He's got America. But there are guys who stay up nights figuring out how to take that away from him.
I happen to know the facts. Now, friends, I'm just an average American. But I'm an American. And some of the things I see in this country of ours make my blood boil.
Do we want communists in the United States government?
I see Negroes holding jobs that belong to me and you.
And they are all driven by President Obama's thinking on one idea: reparations.
Now I ask you, if we allow this thing to go on, what's going to become of us real Americans?
This president, I think, has exposed himself as a guy over and over and over again who has a deep-seated hatred for white people or the white culture. I don't know what it is.
I've heard this kind of talk before, but I never expected to hear it in America.
They're finally hearing me once he's an angry black guy. I do believe that about the president. I do believe he's angry.
This fellow seems to know what he's talking about.
I think the people that Barack Obama has been associating with are anti-American by and large.
What are we real Americans going to do about it? You'll find it right here in this little pamphlet. The truth about Negroes and foreigners. The truth about the Catholic Church.
Gender and racial politics center stage.
Do you believe in that kind of talk?
I don't know, makes pretty good sense to me.
It's payback time.
And I tell you, friends, we'll never be able to call this country our own until it's a country without. Without what? Yeah, without what? Without Negroes. Without alien foreigners. Without Catholics. Without Freemasons. You know these people.
What's wrong with the Masons? I'm a Mason.
I believe it's important to have this investigation on radicalization of the Muslim community.
Hey, that fellow's talking about me.
And that makes a difference, doesn't it?
For centuries, Muslims built mosques where they won military victories. Now, they want to build a mosque at ground zero.
These are your enemies. These are the people who are trying to take over our country. Now you know them. You know what they stand for. And it's up to you and me to fight them. Fight them and destroy them before they destroy us.
I know quite a few Marines who will be very happy to help these terrorists to an early meeting in paradise.
Thank you.
Before he said Masons, you were ready to agree with him.
Well, yes, but he was talking about, what about those other people?
Does this look like a terrorist or this?
But in this country, we have no other people. We are American people also.
You know what this president is doing right now? He is addicting this country to heroin.
What about you? You aren't American, are you?
I was born in Hungary, but now I am an American citizen.
Is this land still made for you and me?
And I have seen what this kind of talk can do. I saw it in Berlin.
Radicalization in the American Muslim community and that community's response.
You see, they knew that they were not strong enough to conquer a unified country. So they split Germany into small groups.
Hearings on the radicalization of American Muslims.
They used prejudice as a practical weapon to cripple the nation.
On September 11th, they declared war against us. And to celebrate that murder of 3,000 Americans, they want to build a monstrous 13-story mosque at ground zero.
Of course, that was not easy to do. They had to work hard to do it.
The President of the United States has to do is produce a birth certificate. That's all that has to be done.
You see, we human beings are not born with prejudices. Always they are made for us.
That the president is not, in fact, a legitimate citizen by birth.
Made by someone who wants something. Remember that when you hear this kind of talk. Somebody is going to get something out of it. And it isn't going to be you.
They'll take away guns. They'll take away our sovereignty.
This is not classroom theory. I saw it happen. I saw it first in Berlin in 1932. One by one, he attacked each minority and he split them off one from the other. We must never let that happen to us or to our country. We must never let ourselves be divided by race or color or religion, because in this country we all belong to minority groups. Your right to belong to these minorities is a precious thing. You see, here in America is not a question whether we tolerate minorities. America is minorities. And that means you and me.